Hello, dear students. Welcome to Massive Open Online course English for Mining Engineering, Model 5, Prominent Scientist. Last time we studied Unit 3 and we spoke about James Watt. Right now we are going to study Unit 4, Henry Gannet. We're going to go through 4.1, Background, 4.2, Career, 4.3, Professional Affiliations and Honors. The course was created by the senior teacher of Foreign Languages Department, Master of Economic Sciences, Yarema Tatiana Vladimirovna. So let's start. Henry Gannet, August 24, 1846, November the 5th, 1914, was an American geographer who is described as the father of map-making in America. He was a chief geographer for the United States Geological Survey essentially from its founding until 1902. He was also founding member and president of the National Geographic Society. 4.1 Background. Gannet was born in Boaz, Maine, the son of Hannah Trufant and Michael Farley Gannet. He attended local school before going to Harvard for college. He graduated with BC from the Lawrence Scientific School of Harvard University in 1869 and received an ME at the Hooper Mining School, the Harvard University School of Mining and Practical Geology. From 1870 to 1871, he was an assistant at the Harvard College Observatory. In 1871, he participated in a Harvard expedition to Spain to observe a solar eclipse. In 1871, he declined a position as an astronomer with the Charles Francis Hall's ill-fated Polaris expedition to the North Pole. Instead, he accepted the position of topographer with Dr. Ferdinand Vandiver Hayden's survey of the Yellowstone National Park. Working on Western Territories surveys from 1872 through 1879, Gannet was trained in topographic mapping at Cambridge by Josiah D. Whitney and Charles F. Hoffman, who encouraged him to work with Hayden. On July 26, 1872, while climbing the unnamed highest mountain in the Galilean Mountains, he and his party experienced electric shocks following a lightning event near the summit. He was to name the mountain Electric Peak. 4.2 Career. In 1879, Gannet was among those lobbying to centralize the mapping functions into one government agency. Previously, individual map makers and agencies had to compete for money from Congress for funds for projects. He suggested calling the new organizations United States Geological and Geographical Survey, although the name United States Geological USGS would officially be approved. He also assisted in planning the work of USGS. Gannet was appointed to the USGS on October 8, 1879, under Director Clarence King. He was immediately transferred and served as a geographer in the 10th United Census in 1880. He laid out 2,000 enumeration districts with such precision that for the first time each census enumerator knew in advance the meters and the bounds of his particular district. The completion of his work on July 1, 1882, is considered the start of true topographical work in the United States and the birth of the quart. On July 1, 1882, John Wesley Powell appointed Gannet as the chief geographer in charge of topographic mapping division of the USGS, a position he held until 1896. Around 1884, he persuaded various organizations doing the surveys, including the railroads, to begin using similar datums so the data could interconnect. As the chief geographer, he oversaw work on the topographical atlas of the United States. He also served as a geographer for the 11th census in 1890 and the 12th census in 1900. In 1890, he is Thomas Corwin Mendenhall of the U.S. National Geodesic Survey campaigned to establish the United States Board on Geographic Names to create official names for location in the United States. He was named to the newly created Board on Geographic Names by President Benjamin Harrison in Executive Order No. 28. In 1896, his last year with the USGS, he started the use of the benchmark. In 1899, he was invited to the Harriman, Alaska expedition. In 1899, he was appointed the Assistant Director of the Census of the Philippines and Puerto Rico, the Philippines again in 1902, and Cuba in 1906. In 1909, he was named chairman of the Special Committee to examine and verify the records of Robert E. Peary in the controversy with Frederick Cook over who was the first to reach the North Pole. 4.3 Professional Affiliations and Honors. In 1888, Gannet was one of the 6 founding members of the National Geographic Society. He served as its first secretary and later as a treasurer and then vice president and president in 1909. He was also chair of the Society's Research Committee organizing expeditions to Alaska. From 1897 to 1909, he was the vice president of the American Statistical Association. In 1904, he was among the founders of the American Association of the Geographers. Also in 1904, he was the secretary of the 8th Geographic Congress. He was also a member of the Washington Academy of Sciences, Royal Geographical Society of London, the Royal Scottish Geographical Society, the Philadelphia Geographic Society, and one of the 10 founding members and presidents of the Cosmos Club. Gannet was co-founder and president of the 20-Year Club, or 20-Year Topographers, which was formed at the USGS. Topographic Division in winter of 1910-1911. Eligibility was serving 20 years or more as a topographer with USGS. Gannet received an honorary LLD from Bowdoin College in 1889. Gannet Peak, the highest peak in Wyoming, and the related Gannet Glacier was named for him in 1906. In 1911, Lawrence Martin named Mount Gannet, a 10,000-foot peak in the Chugach Mountains of eastern Alaska, for Henry Gannet. So, dear students, I hope that you like this information. I hope that you understand everything. The next time we are also going to speak about prominent scientists, Truman, Hemingway, Aldrich. Thank you very much for your attention. All the best. Goodbye.